Good morning, class. So, what you have on the whiteboard are the fricatives in English. There are 9 consonants in English which are put together in a group and they are known as the fricatives. Okay. Let us try to understand how these fricatives are produced. Why they are known as the fricatives. So fricatives is the label given according to their manner of articulation. In the word fricative, what we have as the base word, as the root word is the friction, gharshan. During the production of all these 9, you might be confused that there are 4 figures that show the production of 8 consonants. The ninth consonant is okay, which is known as a glottal consonant. It is produced at the glottis, okay, and we cannot draw the figure from the glottis. So it is not there shown on the whiteboard. So overall there are 9 consonants in English which are known as the fricatives because the manner of their articulation, that is the manner in which the air goes outside the mouth cavity, is with friction. हवा बाहेर पडत असताना the air that comes from the lungs in the mouth cavity that goes outside the mouth cavity, thrown outside the mouth cavity with some friction. That's why they are known as the fricatives. Now earlier we have studied plosives. 6 plosives are there. P, B, T, D, K, G. What is the manner of articulation? Explosion. The air is thrown outside the mouth cavity suddenly with an explosion. So they are known as the plosives. M, N, G. These 3 are known as the nasal consonants. Why? Because the air is thrown outside the mouth cavity. Actually, I'm sorry, it is not thrown outside the mouth cavity. It is released through the nasal passage. Okay, so that's why they are known as the nasals. Here, in case of uh, f, v, f, the, s, z, sh, zh, and ho. The manner of articulation, that is, the manner in which the air goes outside, is with some friction. Okay, so these are known as the fricatives. And there are, so this is the largest group. 9 consonants are there in this group. Okay, I repeat. F, V, S, D, S, Z, Sh, J, H. Their process of production resembles that of the plosives. They are produced like the plosives except the third stage, the release stage. So here are the 3 stages. First, the organs of speech, they come very much close to each other. What I am saying is, listen to that part carefully. What I am saying is, the organs of speech or the articulators, they come so close to each other, near each other. I'm not saying they make a contact with each other. Okay, they come very much closer to each other that there remains a narrow gap in between them. आर्टिक्युलेटर्स जे आहेत ते एवढे जवळ येतात की त्यांच्यामध्ये फक्त एक छोटासा गॅप राहतो, एक फट राहते. Remember, the most important thing, and that is the difference between the plosives and the fricatives, is that in case of p, b, t, d, k, g, complete closure of the mouth cavity is there, and the air is released after the organs of speech are separated suddenly, and that's why explosion is there. Here, there is no question of the explosion, the air going out suddenly. The air goes through that narrow gap. Okay, air goes through that narrow gap. Again, we are affected by no, English is not our mother tongue. Our mother tongue is say Marathi, Hindi, Urdu, Telugu, Tamil, anything. So this is the mother tongue influence. Here I am talking about the English consonant H. It's not H. H bilabial is in Marathi. फळांचं H, फुलाचं H. Okay. So this is H. Two lips come together. In case of English, what happens is that, see the first figure there. In case of F and W, the lower lip comes very much close to the upper front teeth. What you see in the figure is the lower lip goes very much close to the upper front teeth, so that there remains a narrow gap between the lower lip and the upper teeth, and the air passes through this narrow gap. So friction is there. जागा कमी आहे, त्याच्यामुळे हवा बाहेर पडताना काय होतं? घर्षण. That's why fricatives. So it is 4, 5, fellow, father. It's not father. It's bad pronunciation. So this is the mother tongue influence. We say five, wrong pronunciation. So you are mixing Marathi and English speech sounds. Don't do that. That's why the paper of phonetics is there. Okay. So let us continue the description of the fricatives. So in case of these 9 consonants, what happens is that first the organs of speech come very much close to each other. There remains a narrow gap and air passes through that narrow gap, and because the gap is narrow, कमी जागा आहे, so the air passes with some friction. Friction can be heard. That's why they are known as the fricatives. Okay. Hope you got the difference between the plosives and the fricatives. You should always compare the production of one group of consonants to another group, right? Now these 9 fricatives are again divided into 5 groups. Okay, one group is not there, and in that group okay, there is only one consonant is there, and remaining 8 are divided into these 4 groups. So the first group is known as labiodental fricatives. Now these labiodental fricatives means we have two terms. Labiodental, according to the place of articulation, it is produced, is produced at the lips and the upper front teeth. So they are known as the labiodental. Manner of articulation is friction. That's why fricatives. So labiodental fricative. For labiodental fricative. Then we have dental fricatives. Again problematic. Mother tongue influence. So let us discuss these second figure, labiodental fricatives. Sorry, dental fricatives. The and the. Thank you. Feed, thought, think, etc. This, that. It is not th, थडग्याचं थ, थव्याचं थ, थकवा. It's not Marathi th. So that th is there in which the closure is there. It is in Marathi. In English, what we have is th. What happens here in case of th is the tip and blade of the tongue. See the second figure. Tip and blade of the tongue go very much close to the upper front teeth. There is no contact between the tongue and the teeth, but there remains a narrow gap. So, practice it for the whole day. Try to keep your tongue and the tip and blade of the tongue very much closer to the upper front teeth. So, and air coming from the lungs, another important thing. In all these 4 figures, what you have is the soft palate is raised, okay, so that the nasal passage is closed. So this air has to go through the oral passage only, mouth cavity only, and there is no free passage. अशी भरपूर जागा नाही बाहेर जायला. तर काय आहे, फक्त एक छोटासा गॅप आहे. देयर इज अ नॅरो गॅप and air passes through that narrow gap, so friction can be hurt. So these two consonants, two fricatives, are known as the dental fricatives. Why? Place of articulation is the teeth, upper front teeth, passive articulator. Active articulator is the tip and blade of the tongue. So we give the name according to the passive articulator. So further, they are the dental fricatives. Now this is just an introductory class to the fricatives. We will go in details of these figures and the pronunciation in our next video. The third group is known as, the third figure has the label alveolar fricatives. So, alveolar. So alveolar ridge, you can guess, alveolar ridge or the teeth ridge, it is passive. So tip and blade of the tongue go very much close to the teeth ridge, okay, alveolar ridge, and there remains a narrow gap. Soft palate is already raised, so the air coming from the lungs passes through the mouth cavity through that narrow gap, and the friction can be heard. So, z, friction. So these are known as the alveolar fricatives. Last figure, in the last figure we have sh, j, palato-alveolar fricatives. Sh, as in sugar, as in shall, should, okay, cash. And this j is problematic for the Marathi speakers, say, for the Indian speakers. J. It is drawn like the figure 3, English 3. And it is in luxury, measure, treasure, j. Okay, by practice you will get that. So practice is the most important thing in order to study this paper. So palato-alveolar sh and j are known as the palato-alveolar fricatives. Why palato-alveolar? Palato for the hard palate. Front part of the tongue is raised. See the figure. Front part of the tongue is raised towards the hard palate, the roof of the mouth cavity. Okay. And the tip and blade of the tongue raised towards the teeth ridge or the alveolar ridge. So, and both are the passive articulators, hard palate as well as the alveolar ridge. So, sh and j are known as the palato-alveolar fricatives. Front part of the tongue is raised towards the hard palate. Tip and blade of the tongue raised towards the teeth ridge. And they are very much close to each other so that there is a narrow gap in between them. And the air passes through that narrow gap. So, they are known as the fricatives. What fricatives? Palato-alveolar fricatives. So, these are the 8 consonants which are known as the fricatives. And of course, the 9th is h. Okay, h is produced here in the glottis. So, these are the 9 consonants which are produced with friction of the air. That's why they are known as the fricatives. Plosives, explosion of the air. Plosives. Nasals, air passes through the nose. So, here are the fricatives in English. In the next class, we'll go to the details.